Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, according to your time. Power right here. I come your way with important information that will help everybody. Yes, and that is you obtaining one of my books, okay? One of the reason is it's not necessarily everybody that is a narcissist or everybody you dealt with that is a narcissist. I saw this post, not just this post, but I'm going to read this post and I'm also going to share information on this boy, Pella. Pella is a big streamer on, what's the name, on TikTok. And every time I see him having a meltdown, I feel bad, right? I feel so bad. And once again, another post about him. Recently he was almost, or he did crash his brand new vehicle because of relational issues he had with, what's the name? Jarvis. Today, I woke up and I found this post that he stated, please, I'm a big streamer. Listen to this. Listen to how he identifies himself. Please, I am a big streamer. Let's do something together. I've suffered because of you. That is his utterances. So the person that posted said, Pella pleaded with I show Speed, somebody called Speed, as he crossed his path on a horse. But Speed ignored him once again. So according to the post and the comments, this is the second time he attempted publicly to get an attention from this Speed guy wanting to collaborate. You see, I'm here. I'm not big, right? My platform is not big. I'm a recent author of 2 books, 2 trauma-informed books that is made or written intending to help people like this. These issues of identity, these issues of self-acceptance, this issue, as big as Pella is, Pella cries for people's attention, and that is not coming from anywhere but from within, from self-adequacy, not feeling good enough. Not a person like Pella, if he had all these emotional and psychological aspects of his life under control, it's people that will reach out to him. It's people that will be begging him. It's people that will be under his foot, asking for collaboration. Self-confidence is important. Self-identity is important. Ask yourself in your life, that marriage, that's education, that certification. Recently, I got promoted at work, and some people are not happy because they were there before I came and stuff like that. And I'm like, women, I am not here because of the promotion. I'm here because of the money. I wanted the position and they offered me some money and I turned it down, and they thought I would plead. I'll beg them to increase the offer. And I just smiled and said, no, I don't want it. And then they waited, expecting me to say, I want the job because it's a peaceful environment to work. But they waited, and I didn't respond. I still went and picked up shift there, worked there as needed, but never really bothered. Until they came back to me, and I told them that even when I was here, this is how I was making. So why is it that you want me to come to your department and pay me something less than I was even making? So later on, the manager approached me and said, oh, yeah, Karen, I saw that you were making this because of this position. That is why. Do you mind if I give you the same position here? This is how I ended up getting the job, because I was never going to take that job. I felt like it's an insult. They don't pay well anyway, but I like the environment because it's peaceful. The toxicity level when it comes to this kind of our career is less. You see? So you put yourself in a way that people respect you. In that environment, I don't fight for position. I don't fight for opportunities. Because of that, even if my manager see my name somewhere that someone put that, oh, I'm available, she will consult with me politely say, hey, Karen, I see this. Do you want me to confirm you? That I don't force them, I don't chase them. So every time I see Pella's post, I get concerned. You understand? Pella and his views is identity issue, because look at how he addresses himself. The fact that you are a big, listen, he said, I am a big streamer. That is an issue. Pella needs a big help in terms of how to accept himself. And that's why this book is important for every individual to have it. Healing from Narcissistic Love. Reclaiming yourself after rejection, after abuse. Emotional manipulation. This book is not just for a person that had a failed relationship. This book is not just for a person that is dealing with relationship. It's a person that anybody that is dealing with themselves, that they are struggling with emotional dysregulation, they are struggling with acceptance. You need this book. The title is Healing from Narcissistic Love, Reclaiming the Self After Rejection, Betrayal, Abuse, and Emotional Manipulation. You can reach out to me and pre-order. Those I ordered are on the way coming. If you want to get it on Amazon, it's available there. TikTok don't want us to mention that. But you need this book for yourself. For you to understand, for you to reparent yourself. If you're an adult, you need this book, because there's a chapter in there that helps you with reparenting yourself. I saw this lady, Joy went to Disneyland. She said she want to, that child in her that never got to be sent to Disneyland, she want to give that child that gift. This is why you need this book. So I try to analyze it and put it down, and I will try and go through some of the stuff with you. I try to analyze Pella's post, okay? He said, please, I am a big streamer. Let's do something together. I've suffered because of you. Pleading for acceptance, pleading for attention, pleading to be what? To be recognized. And when that wasn't coming, or when that don't come, did you also see the recent event where he went to a restaurant? Pella went to a restaurant, and in that restaurant, what did he do? He was fighting a young lady because the lady told him he was loud. I tell my kids, when you're going out, when I tell you your mouth, you have a bad mouth odor, when I tell you your heart smells, when I tell you your hair smells, understand that that is what someone will tell you. You want to leave your house whereby you don't want to offend somebody because of your inadequacies. You don't care about offending people, but when it's coming from you, when you don't know how to compose yourself, when your hygiene is terrible, when people feel like they can't breathe because of your hygiene, that is a problem. That is coming from you. It's not the person that is rejecting your association. The way you carry yourself matters. So when you go to a public space and you are this loud, and somebody try to address the person, let me tell you something. Everybody's perception is different, and that could determine how they treat people or respond to people. So when the person perceives you being so loud in public, so loud in a restaurant, so loud in an environment, and quickly you took to social media because you are a big streamer, because people will come to your aid, so the problem I am seeing is emotional dysregulation when it comes to Pella. And that is something that everybody has to look from the inside and see, what is it? Is it my lack of education? Should I go and acquire a little bit of education? Is it that my fame is getting in my head? Go to big white people churches. The most richest in the church will step in that church with slippers, with just simple outfit. And then go to some other churches I know, the person that can't afford food is the most dressed with fake designer label clothes. Learn to accept yourself. If you can't afford a designer, don't buy a fake designer clothes and put on. Buy clothes that are elegant, that are what you know what makes you stand out. Your dressing, your fashion, it shouldn't be a label. It shouldn't be that label. They say fake it till you make it. That's not the kind of faking it you want. You want to be your authentic self. And that comes from the psychology. It comes from the brain. It comes from your mindset. It comes from how you perceive yourself, how you feel, how content you are with yourself. So I'm breaking that post down. If you're on Facebook watching, you see I put the post on this, and in TikTok I didn't. So this is what I break it down, okay? I break it down. I say, what is happening in this post that he posted? First of all, that is stating that we have one person that has massive audience, which is who? Pella. Cultural relevance, which is who? The social media people, the Nigerian people. They hail him, they support him, they go all out for him. They see him as big, so he also sees himself as big. The ability to grant and deny visibility. And then you have the other person positioned as seeking validation. No, so the first person is Speed. The first person I described, right, is Speed. Asymmetrical power, okay? So the person I described first that I mentioned is Speed. So I'm going to read it over, okay? So you have one person in this post. If you are just joining, let me read the post. The post was somebody posting what Pella said. Pella said, please, I am a big streamer. Pella is identified as a big streamer. Let's do something together. I have suffered because of you. And then the poster and put their comment that Pella pleaded with Speed as he crossed his path on a horse. But Speed ignored Pella once again. So you have these two people, right? And I said the first person has massive audience, which is Speed, right? Speed also have cultural relevance. And Speed also have the ability to grant and deny audience. That is powerful. Your ability to grant and deny audience. That is powerful. Number two, you have Pella on the other hand that is seeking validation, seeking attention, seeking proximity of status. You see, Speed didn't have to talk, but that silence went a long way. It pierced in the bones of Pella. Are you seeing what I'm saying? So you have Pella seeking validation, seeking proximity of status, emotionally invested in the person's response, waiting for Speed's response to feel validated, to feel happy, to feel content, to feel competent, to feel that he's somebody enough. Somebody that don't feel big enough is using the word big streamer to identify himself in his words, but in his actions, he is not. On the other hand, you see Speed that is using silence. When power is uneven, silence itself becomes an action. You get it? Public rejection versus private rejection. Private rejection hurts. Public rejection wounds identity. Are you seeing the explanation? Private rejection, it does hurt. If this were to happen privately, it probably wouldn't be an issue. Pay attention to all the rejections Pella keeps going through. Relation with Jarvis. Going to a restaurant, someone telling him, you are too loud. Apparently, the person said she didn't even know who Pella was. Then now Pella is feeling another rejection from Speed. So the problem is Pella looking from inside. And this is what we all have. That is why you deserve to own one of my books. This book, Healing from Narcissistic Love. It will help you with emotional injury. To help you to identify yourself in every situation, every relationship, every aspect of your life that you find emotionally drained, you feel emotionally drained and emotionally imbalanced in. You get it? So when you the fact that she's been rejected publicly, it's what? It's so injurious. It's so wounded. He feels so wounded. You get it? Somebody's silence alone makes him feel that wounded. You get it? So so we talk about public rejection being something that wounds identity. It triggers shame. It activates social comparison. It creates a narrative of unworthiness. It invites speculators to judge, mock, and pity. That's why people react so strongly to clips like that, to people's behavior, to Speed's behavior, to Speed presenting silence when he's trying to gravitate towards him. So Pella is feeling rejected. So you see, this book is not just because you are in the relationship with a loved one, a narcissist, or this thing, but it is described in this manner. This is the aspect of the book that makes it profound for everybody to own one. So then another concept I explained, I analyzed related to this Pella's post is what? Parasocial illusion collapse. Online spaces encourage the belief that if I am visible enough, authentic enough, or persistent enough, I'll be acknowledged. You get it? But regardless of how much persistence Pella does, is he being acknowledged and accepted by everybody? No. That is why you need to learn yourself. That is why you need to buy my book, Healing from Narcissistic Love, to help you figure it out from within, to help you accept yourself, help you heal from within, and help you stop to navigate, to gravitate towards people that rejects you, that don't want to accept you, that don't want to, because you don't accept yourself. You don't see yourself as competent enough. You don't see yourself as good enough. It came from so many things, your upbringing, your environment, a lot of things. It's time for you to heal from this inside. It's time for you to heal the right way. You get it? When a public figure ignores somebody, the illusion of accessibility collapses. The seeker realizes the relationship was never mutual. And that is what happened between Pella and Speed. Pella keeps seeking validation from outside, from people. Pella wants to be recognized as, hey, I'm this big. I can't believe he referred to himself as big. You may be big, but let people tell you that. The minute you are imposing on people to perceive you as big, you face rejection, because it's not everybody that perception tells them that you are big and they want to respect you as big, want to perceive you as big. You get it? The pain is not just rejection. It is what? This illusionment. Because you have this illusion about yourself. I'm big, I'm this, I'm that. But the person breaks that illusion away. The person takes that illusion out of you. The person makes you feel little. 4. Why the person suffered? The person asks, you understand? Why, why is Pella saying, I have suffered because of you? He's telling that to Speed. Why don't you want to collaborate with me? Let us do something together. I have suffered because of you. Why should you have to suffer because of somebody that don't want you? Why should you be in pain because of somebody who don't want you? The day you say you don't want me, trust me, I may feel betrayed, I may feel disappointment, but let me tell you, the next minute I'm on my feet, because you know what? I am not going to be in a relationship that I'm not wanted at. If you want me today, I want you today. If you don't want me tomorrow, I don't. I'm moving on, just as you've moved on. Once I have the confirmation you don't want me, I've tried relationships that be like, I thought you liked me. No. The day you prove to me I am not worth your association, or I am not worth your love, I'm not worth this, I'm not worth that, I am gone, because I am worth me. I am all that. I believe it, and I know I am. And so I will give it all back to me. But to say I suffered because of you, that line isn't really about an influencer. It reflects over-investment in someone else's validation. You see that? Over-investment in someone else's validation. Why would you wait on someone's validation for you to feel at peace with yourself, for you to feel content, for you to feel happy? You shouldn't. Every time I see Pella with every breakdown, every emotional outburst, I know the story is bigger than the outburst. So if you are a person that is dealing with emotional issues, people inability to accept you, you're facing rejection, you're facing betrayal of any form, whether relation, intimate relation, family relation, sibling rivalries, you need this book. You need this Healing from Narcissistic Love book. The way it's written to help you deal with every aspect of relational betrayal, every aspect of relational trauma, not just intimate love, intimate relationship. Healing from Narcissistic Love is created with intention. I was very intentional. It may look, Healing from Narcissistic Love may sound like, oh, intimate love. No, narcissism is complex than that. I explained part of the complexity of narcissism after divorce and separation on my YouTube channel over the past 2 days. You can watch it. Yesterday I was so sleepy and yawning, so I decided to end the live. But if you go to YouTube, my last 2 lives, you need to watch those videos. Epa White. You get it? So why would someone's attention mean more than yourself, how you value yourself, how you perceive yourself? You get it? So saying that I suffered because of you, like my analysis is saying, over investment into someone else's validation. That is what Pella is doing with this him and Speed situation. Identify. He said that statement also identify being tired of external recognition. You understand? Being tired, no, not tired, being tied to external recognition. I suffered because of you. You want to connect your peace with somebody's validation, with somebody's recognition. So if the person don't recognize you, you feel tired, you feel stressed, you feel stranded, you feel sad, you feel anxious, you feel invalidated. So tying that I suffered because of you to external recognition. You want this person to recognize you, but the person is refusing to. The person don't see you as a person that deserves their company. The person don't see you as a person that deserves their love. Their treatment of you does not align with how you should be treated, how you should be. Hey, Ja, I can't pronounce your name, but how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for the like. Good morning. You see that? And the third one says, emotional labor being spent where no reciprocity existed. To say, please, I'm a big streamer. Let's do something together. I have suffered because of you. How? Why would you suffer because of somebody? You are in that relationship and the person making you suffer. You are fighting to be accepted, but the person said, no, I don't want you. And you still want to remain there. You see, I had a friend. My birthday, I will call her. I will take her out. It's my birthday, but I will sponsor the date and I pay for everything. When it's her birthday, she will only send me pictures and tell me how she went, somebody took her out and this and that. And, you know, she always want to affiliate, tell me, like she always make me know that I am not valued. The final straw, one day she called me. This is a person that associate degree is my papers that she depended on to pass. The bachelor's degree I did, I brought her to the same school. It's my papers that she depended on. My master's degree, she's asking me which school I went. I didn't tell her, but I didn't tell her which school I was. I didn't tell her. When I was doing my master, I didn't tell anybody. They just knew my graduation. The final straw before that was, I called her one day and she told me, I'm in the doctor's office with my child. I'll call you back. It was 2 weeks later she called me. And when she called me, she needed my paper once again. When I started my bachelor's, I was doing courses according to my strength. I'm a single mom. I'm working. I'm dealing with parental alienation. I'm in courts. I need to go according to my abilities, my strength. When I brought her to the college, so first of all, back to the associate degree. She had a baby. She failed the chemistry. I moved on. So I started the degree before her. When she came, I graduated. She had a baby. She went to the hospital. She left the baby at home. She needed support. I gave her all my papers so that she didn't have to write the papers. I would tell you, if I had A, she had A in every paper. If I had C, she had C. And then, so that means I started bachelor's also before her. When she came, she would take four classes because she wanted to prove a point. I don't know. And she will fail them. She will have a D and fail. Finally, she had to slow down because, hey, even though I'm taking it according to my pace, she still finished. We graduated the same day. When she came, one of the papers, health assessment, she took the class before me. I took it with her. I was late in submitting one of my papers. I had 93 on the papers, but because I was late 2 days, they took 20 points off. So I had 73. So that woman didn't give me my B. That woman gave me C in health assessment instead of A or B. I think I was borderline A. So something like 90 or 89, like ish. When she took it with me, when she took it, she failed. When she took it with me, she had a D. So she had to repeat that class again for the third time. And health assessment with shadow health is so difficult, completing those scenarios. So this lady now she got opportunity to once again to get all my papers. And at this point, the teacher, because that class is difficult, if you can pass it, it's difficult. So I think based on the professor's experience, she thought something was wrong. So this woman told her, how did you get A on this first paper? You have to prove it. You cheated, this and that. You bought your papers. She came crying. I said, what are you doing to yourself? Send her an email. Don't call her. Send her an email and tell her that she should look at your profile. You took this class. You failed. You took it in the just ended semester, fall. You had a D. So if you are repeating the same class in spring, why should you not have an A? Because you had 3 experiences that is good enough to make you have an A. Do you know that she finished? That was when the woman responded and said, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. And the woman left her alone. So she ended up with an A in health assessment. That made her finish, and we both finished, graduated. On our graduation, I asked her, are you going to the Saturday commencement or Sunday? She didn't mind me. She's trying to have. So the person has proven to you that she only needed you for what you can give. You see, this is the narcissistic stimulus I talk about. People like that, you don't need to be in their association. So healing from narcissistic love is not just to help you in intimate partner situation. You need this book with everything in me. I wrote this book so you can obtain a copy to heal from relational trauma. So, the final straw I was saying was when I finally woke up. It's not like I haven't woken up. I woke up a long time ago. But when I could face her was when she finally called me. I finished this bachelor's finally. And I was taking a class in the summer so I can graduate. I had friends in bachelor's program who I led to have A's in all classes. Yep. And I don't mind. I always do that. They got mad at me for going out one night. Exactly. That is it. Until you don't meet their needs anymore, you are not important. You understand? So if you have dealt with rejection of any form, you need this book. Healing from Narcissistic Love. You need this book. You need this book for your children. You need this book for yourself. You need this book. These are trauma-informed books that I created. So right now we are talking about the healing from narcissistic love because of this specific Pella situation that I keep seeing him break down constantly. And all his breakdown is coming from relational issues. But also you can check out my Breaking and Mending the Bonds. It's all on my page. You can get the link on my bio, in my bio. So finally, that 2 weeks later, she called me. Guess what she said? Hey, you are a bad friend. You don't call me. And I said, which is bad friend? You just got out of your doctor's office. If you don't call me, if I didn't call you, why didn't you call me? I said, huh? This is not the first, this is not the second, this is not the fifth. This is constant. The person has constantly proven to you that you are not worth their association. So this is the final straw. She tried everything. She couldn't get me back. Then when that call, 2 weeks call, guess what it was? It was me to send her my work once again. She was finally taking another class. The final stage is now in the bachelor's program. Whilst I was done with my bachelor's program, but they said that I was missing a class, like a information system management class, computer science class that I don't like computers, but I needed to take. So I had to take this class in order for me to graduate because they didn't recognize I didn't have that from associate degree. So I was struggling taking this course with no help in the summer, hot summer, Charlie, hot summer. This girl want me, and she said, "Oh, I didn't mind her at this point. I didn't mind her anymore." Then I sent it was a holiday or something. Then I sent her a message, how are you and the kids doing? And she replied, which kind of friend can even go to their email, because she know that's where I don't save my work on pen drive. I want to access my work anywhere I am in the world, so I used to save all my assignments in my draft in my email. So wherever I am, I open my email, access it, and start working on it. Can't go to their email and send me this, but have time to send me to check on me and my kids and ask me how are you. Okay, that was it. That just say so it was years later. Finally she left where she was. They rented their townhouse. They bought a single family house like 5-10 minutes from my house here. So we bump into each other, or we connected back on WhatsApp again. And then she said, oh, I'm here, She told me where her kids go to school. Oh, I should stop by. I should come and visit and stuff. And right away I asked, me come and visit? No. The person never valued you. The person we were working together. We planned on opening agencies, things together. Later, she told me how someone a lady that has agency that was using her to do assessments for her clients will help her this, that. When it came to the point, that was when she finally told, oh, the woman never helped her. The woman just used her when it was time for woman. The person don't want competition. A competition is a business. So she ended up setting up the agency, but not the one that she can hire people and stuff. So once a while, she get the IV infusion stuff, and then she just go cases and stuff like that. So you see, you have, and I didn't even write this book because of her. But as I'm trying to analyze Pella's situation, this came to mind. So, I always have to use my own stories as an example, because, hey, I'm not going to talk about Kosiasewa, and I'm not going to talk about Dobroni. I'm going to talk about me. And I will use my own real life examples to explain these situations for you. You get it? So when you are waiting for external recognition, external validation, someone else's validation for you to feel relevant, a person that I can pass all alone without anybody's support, my own effort, under this weird circumstances I found myself, single motherhood, fighting in court, advocating for my kids, fighting systems so my kids will become who they are today. I still pass alone. You think I should wait on a person like that to feel validated? No, I kept entertaining her because I liked her. I care about her as a friend. But my existence wasn't tied to her. My happiness wasn't tied to her. My self-acceptance, my self-worth wasn't tied to her validation or her acceptance. Her rejection meant nothing. You see how the ball turned around, and eventually she wants my association again, and she didn't get it. I don't hate her. I don't have it. Later on, I wanted a BLS certification. I contacted her if she knows somebody. So you see how you can remove yourself from situations without holding grudges. That is me. I can remove myself from situations easy without holding grudges. There is no point holding grudges. What is important is how you reclaim your identity from their hands. So when they see you, they will respect you. I'm the type of person, if people call me Miss, and I have to learn to accept people calling me Miss Karen. Because I go to work every day and I just move on, do my thing. But I have realized that the more people get to know me, even my managers end up calling me Miss Karen. You get it? I am the person that don't fight. I am the person that avoid. If the fight is coming heads on, I swerve it to the left, I swerve it to the right. If I need to talk, I will. If I need to advocate for myself, I do. Yesterday, someone called me. She's been denied a position at work. Went through same thing in friendship. Exactly, Juliana. Exactly. So you have to learn to claim yourself. This book, Healing from Narcissistic Love, is created for you, not just for you in a relationship with a male that is a narcissist. And now in marriage, you see, it's sad. If you read this book, you understand that some of the situations, it's not even from them. It is you not realizing that they are not worth it. It's you realizing that they are not worth it. So in case you are just joining the live, I'm doing this video to tell you why it's important to acquire one of my books, Healing from Narcissistic Love and Breaking and Mending the Bonds in Parental Alienation. But the Healing from Narcissistic Love is my focus this morning because of a post, once again, a meltdown I've seen about Pella. Pella made a post and saying, please, I am a big streamer. You can't identify yourself as a big streamer and still be seeking somebody's validation. He said, quote unquote, I am a big streamer. Let's do something together. I have suffered because of you. Why would you suffer because of someone? So I am analyzing this post. Do you have any insight from Dr. Oh, I binged on Dr. Ramani forever. I have not acquired one of her books. You know what? Someone even gave me money to buy that book for myself before. You know what? Now that you said it, I will look into it. Yes, I have binged on Dr. Ramani forever, for decades, at least for the longest. I would say last year I've been busy. I've been busy writing my books and stuff. So, but yes, I'm surely going to get one. Thank you, Juliana. Who's post? Pella. Oh, you don't know Pella. On my Facebook, I use his face is there, for the post. But this one I put only my book. I don't know how I can put Pella's information. But Pella is a big TikTok streamer. He does big TikTok lives. After each live, he's the person that used somebody's music, and the person had like how much, thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, whatever, and he gave Pella a huge ransom. That is how big he is as a streamer on TikTok. However, he has relational trauma. He has like self-esteem issue. This is me. He has a complex situation going on. He went to a restaurant recently and somebody told him he's yelling. When he entered the place, he had to be loud. He has to occupy the space. He has to prove that he existed. Just like in this statement, he referred to himself as a big streamer, but his actions obviously doesn't indicate so. And other person who ignored, and they said, the poster said, Pella pleaded with speed as he crossed his path on a horse, but Speed ignored him once again. So this is not the first time. So think about it. He's begging for affiliation. He's begging to be liked. He's begging for association. He's begging for validation. He's tying his existence with somebody's reciprocity. This will not always come when who you are on the outside to the world is taken away. Would you still remain who you feel like you are? Would you still feel like you are okay? Would you feel relevant? When I was married, if you come to my house, oh my God, if I don't give you seat on my dining table, I have this statement dining table. I have this lifestyle dining table. My if you see I have of course my tissue on the stand, but I have tissues also in this Lennox holder that is sitting like, if you come to my house, right? But right now I don't have that. I gave it all up because the only thing I wanted at that point of divorce is comfort and peace. Everything I owned in that marriage, bed I paid for from JCPenney, I left it behind. He still sleep in that bed. He had made 3 more babies with 2 different women in that same bed. The dining table I'm talking about, he still owns it. But all I wanted was myself, my peace, and everything associated with him and that house, everything we shared, I wanted out of my life. So ask yourself, and I have more peace than when I was in that relationship. I have more happiness. I feel more content with the little I have than. And all I'm saying to you is not that I am in that marriage and these things I'm listing, he provided them. I am still the one that provided them. But I feel more complete, more confident, more competent now than then. Because you don't have that person that is always destroying your image. Always, you are indoors and your 1 feet is outside constantly. You don't have that person that is tarnishing your who you are. That is destroying your identity. That is trying to impose on people to hate you. So most of the time, the work does not lay on the outside. The work lays on the inside. This book will teach you how to reparent yourself. You get it? So the next thing we want to talk about here is frequently in influencer culture, high visibility hierarchies, trauma-bonded admiration dynamics. So this is a whole topic on its own. This situation with Pella and going to a restaurant, fighting somebody because the person told him you are loud. Yes, if you are loud and you are disturbing public space, it means you have a ability to not respect yourself enough to respect your environment. So instead of hating the person that is probably coming across wrongfully, good afternoon, Gina. How are you, dear? Good to see you. You have to find out what is it that I can change to compose myself better, right? Wanting to commit SI and ruining your brand new car because of Jarvis not wanting you at your age, wanting to be suicidal. Ask yourself, what is it that I can change about myself? It's not the person anymore. At this point, it's you. It has to be do with your identity. How valued do you feel? How content do you feel without social media fame, without being a big streamer? That's how he identified himself. How do you feel? Are you seeing what I'm saying? The other thing is, so it says that trauma bonded admiration dynamics. So he has a trauma. You would think having trauma bond is just you and that narcissistic partner, but this is his relationship with his social media identity also. He has this trauma bonding relationship with his fame on social media. How is that ruining you as a human being? How is that making you feel complete? If they take what you have away, would you feel you? If they take that car, that house, that friend, that marriage away, would you feel you? I know it has to do with stigma. You have that parent that you can't even tell your friends how this parent and your siblings treat you because of stigma, because of how they will perceive you, because of... When would you break free? Get a copy of my book, Healing from Narcissistic Love, Reclaiming Yourself from Rejection, Betrayal, Abuse, and Emotional Manipulation, and learn these dynamics and how to overcome. The next point I want to make here, based on this Pella situation that keep popping up, several instances of Pella makes me feel concerned that this boy needs more than the people he targets, more than the people he blames for his unhappiness, his sadness, his anxiety, his lack of adequacy. Important psychological reframe, right? Being ignored by a public figure does not mean you are unworthy. That is something that he needs a cognitive behavior therapist to work on his brain on with, to reanalyze himself. Being ignored by a public figure or somebody you admire, an icon, your idol, does not mean your work lacks value. Does not mean you being a streamer and not having him to collaborate with makes you lack value. Pella still have the value of people who support him, love him, and will do anything to see him climb the ladder and remain being rich. Being ignored by this public figure does not mean your pain is invalid. He needs to be validated that, yes, the way you feel is valid. It's valid. However, how can you overcome such situations? Being ignored, being rejected, feeling this way, these are valid feelings. We have negative and positive feelings, right? While this is a negative feeling and it's a valid feeling, and he's very much right to feel that way for the rejection from this speed guy. What is making you feel rejected? What is making you feel invalid? Right? You feel invalid, and you have a valid point. You should feel that way. Because, yes, every human will feel invalid if they get rejected. However, you see how I always claim myself, how I was able to set boundaries between me and that my friend. And later on, years down the line, she's the one that wanted my attention. When I graduated from my NP program, she wanted to know the school I went to. She wanted me so badly. It's me and her. We will go to governmental institutions finding jobs. I had even gotten VA jobs before, way before, but I couldn't take them because of my kids, and I did all that alone. So you see, the thing that makes me feel valid is that I am competent. I can acquire, I can do alone because I put in effort, because I want it, and so I have to develop a strategy to get it. You feel me? But if you tie those things to people's validation, people's acceptance, then that's the problem. And that's where I keep seeing constantly with, thank you, Mercedes, good to see you, good morning. That's what I keep seeing constantly with Pella and also with us human beings. What I usually do is sometimes as a mental health provider or a mental health expert, right? It's when I come online, you can tell that I find it difficult because social media is not my thing, but because I'm an advocate, I do it anyway. I tend to it. This is why I started my parental alienation journey 6 years ago. February 8th this year will be 6 years ago. So I just have to keep going, but I'm not a social media person. I teach people and they will understand and they will like to listen to me. But when the camera is on, it's hard. But when I find something like this that I can use as a case study to break the concept down, it makes it easy for me to put the camera, to face the camera. You get it? So this is the thing. We cannot wait on people's validation. We cannot wait on people's acceptance. We cannot wait for people to like us. Get this book, Healing from Narcissistic Love. I wrote it for to give you support. Use it as your therapeutic mate. Use it as an adjunct with your therapy. If you want a service with me, you can reach out, but you can also go to your personal therapist. This is your therapy companion. This will give you understanding and will help you change your mindset. It all ties down to the mindset. The invalidation this guy feels constantly, the outburst, the public outburst, constantly blaming it on people. Hey, can you believe this person said I am loud? And because I'm a big streamer, I have to put the camera on and make a big loud noise for social media people to come to my aid and chastise the person who is rather the victim. I want to claim the victim role so that you all, my followers, come and support me against this girl. Guess what? He didn't get that. Later on, he came and apologized. The problem is not people. It's not always people. The problem is sometimes us. The way we perceive ourselves wrongly. The way we think because of who we are, we should get away with things. It is our mindset. Important psychological reframe. Like I said, this means what? It means you approach someone who does not owe access. The system rewards attention, not emotional context. Public figures often ignore to preserve boundaries, brand, or bandwidth. Silence is often impersonal, even when it feels deeply personal. So I tried hard to analyze. When I saw this post, I said, this once again with Pella. Let's analyze this. So I did a little bit research, a little bit work. And this is how I usually teach anyway. When I was busy teaching, this is how I teach. I always did research. I always make sure I come online with research to analyze the situation I want to talk about. You get it? So you see how things like this will spread so fast? It will spread because of the emotional outburst, the emotional dysregulation part of it. You get it? Why? Because it taps into universal fears. What if I don't matter? Are you seeing that? So it is not really Speed ignoring Pella. It is his fear how important am I? And because he doesn't even know, he know in himself, he's not that or that. So did you see how he put it? A person that is actually big streamer will not say, I am a big streamer. Please, I am a big streamer. Let's do something together. I have suffered because of you. Do you think when did you see, if you are in Ghana, this man, the biggest rich man that everybody see in Ghana, what's his name? Kwame Despite. When did you see Kwame Despite at the mercy of someone begging them? Everybody went to him. You get it? So if because Pella want this person to see him as big, but this person too feels big on his own. You get it? Because of his own fear. What if he did not matter? What if my effort is invisible? You get it? What if his effort is still invisible for the people that are out there? What if I'm teaching where I don't belong? Or I'm reaching where I don't belong? Recently, let me tell you something. I went to a platform on this TikTok. Before my books came out, I go to this woman's platform and teach the women. It's a bunch of traumatized women, people with my kind of history, divorce, going through toxic narratives, toxic, chaotic relationships, parental alienation. That is primarily what the platform is about, right? And then I'll go there and teach. In fact, be honest with you, my books has been sitting. I've been trying to write these books for years because, hey, I've been in court till 2024. Since 2010 to 2024, my kids literally grew up in the court because I had to keep fighting for them. Okay, if I say keep fighting, if you have my situation and the father is a good father and the father puts the kids' education, their well-being, their future into perspective in dealing with situations, you don't have to fight like I did. I had to fight because one of my kids, he said the child is autistic. I'm talking to you just from 2019 till now that nobody is distressing us and I have sole access. My child is fine. My child is fine. My child is driving. My child have honor rolls several times. The whole of last academic year, he is straight A student. This is a child that was labeled by his dad and the system, and I had to fight systems, including the demon from within. And when finally I could justify that I was right, and it's obvious that I was right, all of them were wrong. And in fact, I can sue some of them right now with some of their assessments, and my son can sue them himself too, right? So I went there, and this woman, I would teach. Sometimes I will read from my incompleted books. I will read to help the women there and all that. But when my book came out recently, I went there, and someone said something and talking about why the person won't let him be the this and that, and I said, but this is what happens, and I was explaining. So I was using some things from my book and make mention of my book. Hey, come and see. I should get down. I shouldn't talk about my book there. I should have reached her privately. This is a woman that when I was going to teach the same things, she was okay. I followed her. She didn't follow back. But that is, a person like me who is grounded in my identity, I didn't need her follow back to feel associated. So I still went there anyway. But you can tell that the envy, the dislike, that obviously she has a big platform. The platform became massive instantly, okay? Social media grew fast. Within a month or so, she was already 70,000 from like 1,000. You get it? But I may not have that, but the value within me that I can give to people, she also don't have. So it would be nice to collaborate, right? But she was okay when I was teaching until I'm getting some, oh my God. Are we having a meeting today? I'm off today, but it looks like we have a meeting. I don't know. I thought they said our meeting is February 3rd. You know, I'm a senior clinical nurse at my job, so The leaders, we have meeting, I guess, but I don't think I'm ready to join today because no one told me. The one I saw is for February. So you see what I'm saying? And oh, they try to humiliate me. I shouldn't talk about this. I should reach out to her publicly, privately. Of course. Do you know, I even sent her messages then, trying to highlight on some of the things that were said and what could be done to help and stuff like that. Till today, she didn't respond to me. She didn't reply back. But when I went to her platform, this is how they treated me to feel irrelevant. I don't need that validation. And I said, oh, I didn't realize. I always came here and talked in the same manner and it was okay. I did, and I spoke about it that, oh, I'm writing my books, they will come out. But I didn't realize that this time I had to approach it differently. So I'm sorry. The person that I am, me, oh, I will say I'm sorry. But one thing about after I'm sorry is you will never get me there again. You will never get me in your a space that you would think you have to humiliate me, devalue me, or discredit my who I am again. Just like I explained to you with my friend, right? And my friend never got me back in her house. I can show you pictures of me. I will drive to her house. When I get to her house, I will take my kids. My kids will play with her kids. I will order all the kids pizza and stuff. And she will ask me, why is it that every time you come here, you want to order food for the kids? Yes, now the kids love pizza, so why not? We, the adults, can eat our African foods and stuff. But it doesn't matter to me. Healthy association is what mattered. You see? So you have to accept yourself so that these things shouldn't be a bother. When someone disrespects you, you have to learn how to reclaim yourself, reclaim your identity, how to bounce back. And that is why you need this book, Healing from Narcissistic Love. You get it? So people aren't just reacting to what? To Speed, who rejected Pella. They are reacting to their own memories of being overlooked. Overlooked means being rejected, not being recognized, being invalid, being seen as an invalid person, a non-entity. Right? Grounding takeaway from this post is what? If someone's recognition has the power to devastate you, they have too much psychological authority in your life. Should I repeat that? If someone's recognition has the power to devaluate you, they have too much psychological authority over your life. Are you seeing that? So you need to start working on your inner self, your inner being. The work don't lay in the external. The external things that bothers us are because of who we are from the inside. What we think will make us feel relevant. What we think will make us happy. There is a woman out there right now with her children that all they want is cocoa, porridge, and they will be content this morning. You get it? What they want is not that your bag. It's not the big things that you are looking in life. That should tell you that feeling content is not relevant. It's not. Is what is the word I want to use. It's relative. What will make you feel content and what will make this person feel content is not the same. I want to get my DMP. Will my DMP make me feel validated? No. If someone will pay for it, I will go. Yesterday alone, I just turned down my degree. I have admission. I'm supposed to start this week, next Monday, this Monday, spring. University of Maryland. I turned it down after I have been accepted since summer last year. I chose to start this spring. If you don't give me the scholarship, I tried to apply for the scholarship several times. They were not when I put in my student ID numbers, they don't go. I drop it. I am not taking any school right now that no one is paying for it because I don't see the change it will make in my income. You see my point? Someone also is being is fighting right now because they don't feel validated without the same degree. All my colleagues, at least my close colleagues that I did finish NP school with, they have their DMP right now. But I have to think of my circumstances. I have to think of my psychological health. All that I have bent my psychological health down to acquire to this point in my life, and that those severe extreme stresses, it's catching up with me finally. I feel severe exhaustion. I don't want anything that disturbs my peace, whether it's a child, whether it's what. Example, let me give you a typical example. I refused to make anything my son does affect me. Finally, yesterday, I took him to the school after his hard-headed self, and he is waitlisted for his classes that starts Monday. And he needs this, especially the Spanish, he needed to graduate from high school. Guess what? If he doesn't get the opportunity to get in, it's his own wahala. And I'm happy, I'm sad it happened, but I'm happy it happened because he's now seeing the things. I cannot babysit you forever. He's now seeing the things I have been talking about that he don't give head to. You find him coach, he will what? How does he do it? He will make it sound like the coach is not good enough. He don't want to be coached. He don't want people who, and I can't do it for you anymore. A person that is a senior going to college, you need to have certain things together. You have to have your calendar. You have to have your things together. Yesterday, I intentionally asked him, after 2 weeks of not minding him, I said, did you register for your spring classes? Why? Why am I? He takes college in, he's a dual student. So he's doing college courses and he's doing high school courses. So we are not talking about the high school courses. We're talking about the college courses. You see how I'm trying to detach from even my kids stressing me? I am working hard on it. It's difficult, but I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. So yesterday I just decided, I'm in my class. So I had 2 days class for the past 2 days. The day before yesterday and yesterday, I was taking a class virtually, 8 to 4:30, because I teach at the community college. So we need to take that class, and I was taking that class. So the class wasn't done. He got home at 3, and I decided to ask him. He said, I registered. Log in and let me see. Yeah. I checked. They are waitlisted. And he did not even know that he's waitlisted. So you see, when you don't pay attention to details, this is what can happen. And most of the time, we, the parents, we take the stress for them. We take the anxiety for them. Come and see him yesterday sitting in front of the counselor. He was quiet. For the first time saying something, he don't talk back. Sometimes they have to face the consequences of their actions. I don't know what will happen, but this morning I just sent emails on his behalf to his homeschool counselor and everything, and his college that he potentially will be going, to see what else he can take in replace of the courses. You see, so at some point you have to be okay. You have to learn to be okay. It comes from the mind. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy. That's why you have a CBT therapy out there that you can indulge in, to change your mindset, to change the way you perceive things, to change your understanding of yourself, to learn to accept yourself. So if you want a copy of my book, DM me or check in the bio or type the title into Azon. TikTok don't want me to mention it, but you can type the title in. If you have any social media post that you think there is a behavioral health aspect of it, or something that you think I should look at for you, reach out. Reach out. If you want me to analyze something, reach out to me, because I do good with that, okay? When I come online alone and I'm just talking, sometimes it's difficult facing the camera. But if I have something like this, like a case study, something, I'm able to analyze it well, okay? So if you have some situation that you want me to analyze, you want me to educate on, you want me to talk about, let me know. And don't forget to grab a copy of my book, Healing from Narcissistic Love, Reclaiming Self After Rejection, Betrayal, Abuse, and Emotional Manipulation. Part of Perler's behavior is emotional manipulation, but I don't think he realizes it, that is emotional manipulation. He wants the attention, so he emotionally blackmails you. If you are in a relationship with that person, as a marriage relationship, you'll be drained. You'll be drained, because it's always going to be that emotional self-reliance that he doesn't have. You have to give it to him. And when you get tired of it, you want to seek divorce. And when you want to seek divorce, he's young. When he become old, it will become worse. When he become old and he learn to be mean, let me tell you what happens. Eventually, a person that feels that way will start developing a defense mechanism, retaliation, sabotage, those things. And that will become what he will be using in his future relationships. If he has a failed intimate relationship, failed this thing, being in a relationship with such a person will be emotionally draining to you. You will become his victim. Imagine you have a child with such a person, and that child is who he needs to feel emotionally stable. And then you, the mother, end up having custody of that child. Are you going to have peace? That is where you need the other book of mine. Breaking and mending the bonds. Healing the hidden wounds of parental alienation. So in order for him not to feel alienated, he needs to get that book himself. Any father that feels alienated need this book themselves to read it and understand what they have been doing, what they can do different. And you, the mother, or you, the father that is also doing the alienation, you also need this book so you can understand what you are doing, the negative impact on the child, and why it's important for this child to see their father or see their mother and have a healthy relationship. So both of my books are in my first trauma series that is made for individuals and families. I see you, Queen. Hi, Angel. You see what I'm saying? So whilst I bring, I have a lot of this. I may come out again. Today I'm home again. Today is my 3rd day in the house. But I really feel like I want to do something because I'm going to get busy over there. I will probably go out. If you are in London, in March, I'll be in London for a weekend. I'm coming for a seminar, not a seminar, like an event. You can reach out. I'll have a whole day before the event that I wouldn't know what to do with it. And I don't know nothing about London. So if you want to hook up and show me around the city, please let me know. All right. Don't forget to get my books, guys. These books were written to help you as an individual and help you as a family and help your kids. Imagine giving this Healing from Narcissistic Love to your young teenage child, 13, 14, 15, 16, and you let them read it and prepare them before they get into serious relationships, because this period also they are forming identity and autonomy. Identity and autonomy is being developed, and they are dealing with rejection from friends that don't want the association. I'm telling you, I see them every day because they want to SI because their friends don't like them, because their friends don't want to play with them daily. So you need these books. And yes, I am the author of these books: Healing from Narcissistic Love, Reclaiming Self After Rejection, Betrayal, Abuse, and Emotional Manipulation. And then the Breaking and Mending the Bonds, Healing the Hidden Wounds of Parental Alienation. These books were intended to help you heal, help you understand what you are feeling, and what your feelings are very valid. But if you don't understand what the feelings and the dynamics and how to position so that Nels, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Get a copy of my books and write me a review on Amazon. The link is in my bio. All right. My copies are not hand yet, so you can still get it from Amazon. But then if my copies come, you can DM me and ship it to you. On the 24th, I'll have one of them, the Breaking and Mending the Bonds. And then by this sometime in first week, February, I'll have the Healing from Narcissistic Love. When can you set up a dinner with? Hey, A dinner, these people, a dinner with my manager. When can you set up a dinner with senior clinical nurses and management? Can we do it before it's available on this? Hey, really? So this is what you guys have been enjoying, the management team. Okay, I see. I don't mind me any day they choose, but that's even if I'm, hey my God, I have emails I need to attend to too. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to get on offline soon, but let me tell you, this story we still kind of, I have a lot to talk about with this story. Narcissistic supply in a validation economy. You see, I have analyzed this thing. I have a whole lot research I've done on just this post that utterances of Pella saying that, please, I am a big streamer. Let's do something together. I have suffered because of you. And that is most of you in your marriages. You are suffering for a man who don't care about you. You are suffering for a man who comes home and step on you. If you want to believe this, look at Akosua Sewa. Akosua Sewa came to Ghana, and the validation that Daddy Lumba was supposed to give him, she's now gotten it from Ghanaians. Look at how she was glowing. Look at how she was presenting. She wasn't presenting as the mobo sad woman that was traumatized and alienated and dehumanized for decades and decades and decades, and was abandoned as a single mother to raise those 3 kids alone, whilst her husband was still cheating with other women around and making babies. She wasn't feeling and presenting like the woman who invested into a man and the man abandoned her. She was glowing. First time ever I've seen that woman glow. And she's beautiful. A 60-year-old, beautiful. This is you. And this is why I want to help you. Healing from narcissistic love. Reclaiming the self after rejection, betrayal, abuse, and emotional manipulation. The perpetrators are manipulators. The perpetrators are what? They are manipulators. They are emotional blackmailers. Look at Pella. Emotional blackmailer. He will emotionally blackmail followers to think he's right over a woman, a young person that told him in a restaurant, compose yourself. You are loud. You are disturbing public peace. Compose yourself. And he took offense and insulted that person. And took the camera and thought he's going to chastise, dehumanize that person. Make that person feel invalid. Make that person feel like what she said is wrong. Maybe because of how she presented it. And wants the social media followers to come and support him for that. Wake up and save you and save your children and save the world, because you know what? If you don't, let me tell you, I see 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Mamle Yoko Godwin, I cancel people in that age group who do what? Who tell you how angry they feel because they have to still take care of their aged parent. That is what? That alienated their mother. That was a parental alienator. First time I heard a client tell me, my father is a parental alienator and I have to take care of him, I was shocked. This is when I was already teaching about parental alienation. An Oyigbo man. Depending on your geographical location, you would think this mental health issues is only for African Americans and American Oyigbo people. My dear, I have worked in all geographical locations, and not all, but most. And I'm telling you, our fellows, Sierra Leoneans, Ghanaians, Nigerians, we are also in this category. You see a 45-year-old Nigerian that is taking weapon and says, I don't want my parents that are 60 and 70 and retiring and want to sell their house. So I want to HI them. Because if they sell their house, I'll be homeless. 45-year-old. Because you have not learned to be independent. You have not learned, and this is us. So the problem is bigger than you think. The behavioral health, the mental health problem is bigger than you and I think. I need you to buy this book, not because I want your money, but because I need you to get the help that will save our generation, that will save us, that will protect our lineage. Okay, so I'm getting, it's of course it's a business day, so people, how do I put it, I'm getting emails and stuff that I need to respond to. So I need to, I'll get to a wrapping up phase, and then we'll come back again later if I have a chance. But usually I go to, the reason I didn't go to YouTube this morning, because I like YouTube because this would have still be there for others to come and see. The reason I came on TikTok and Facebook is I don't feel like I'm ready to face the camera and I can still put a picture. But YouTube, I have to have a streaming apps and stuff and put before I can do that. I don't know how to do that well yet. I prefer YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube channel so that in case you don't see me here, you see me there. Okay. I did so many videos like this on TikTok, on Facebook for 3 years straight. And if you ask me of one right now, I can't locate it. That's why I prefer YouTube for this kind of teaching when I'm teaching. Okay. Because it will be there. You can title, you can always search it. It's easier, I feel like. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my Facebook, and subscribe to my TikTok. All right. I want to wrap it up, but it seems like I pulled too much to the bottom. Hold on. Okay. I think this is okay. So to wrap up, I think we even did that. Let's see something. Okay, yeah. I am gonna end it here. So to wrap, I really didn't go to the next ones, narcissistic supply and in the validation economy, what this moment actually represents. The moment I was describing in Pele's situation, what it represents. So we can talk about it again. But to wrap up right now, so I can attend to my business day or administrative day, was not really making money. I'm home, but they are sending all these emails and text messages I need to respond to. Grounding takeaway. We talk about grounding takeaway, but I'm just going to repeat it. I didn't think I was wrapping up, but now I'm going to wrap it. So I'm going to read that part again so that you get it. Grounding takeaway, especially trauma-informed grounding takeaway from this whole thing is, if someone's recognition has the power to devastate you, they have too much psychological authority in your life. Healing and stability comes from where? It comes from building where reciprocity exists. Remember what I told you about, my friends? Where you are not wanted, take yourself out of that situation. Don't stay there. A marriage that abuses your self-consciousness, abuses, like erodes who you are, take yourself from that situation. I'm not asking you to leave your marriage. That's not what I'm saying. You can still, I have people, if you ask my followers, I have people that actually bought my book, that are here, that consulted with me one-on-one and still want to come one-on-one. That I told them they don't need to leave that marriage. Not because them people deserve them to remain and they remain being abused. No. But because the circumstance don't warrant you to leave yet, you need to position first before you decide to position and plan your narcissistic exit. The kids are involved. Separating from a narcissist is not going to come easy. You need to position and plan your a successful narcissistic exit. You cannot just get up and say, oh, because I'm leaving. No. You need to learn, invest into learning and planning your narcissistic exit. You don't just get up and leave. You feel me? Building where reciprocity exists. Seeking validation from peers, not pedestals, right? People that really want you in their company. Letting silent mean not available. You get it? Yesterday, that's what I told my colleague that called me. She wanted to be full-time position. They are not giving it to her, and they are imposing PRN on her. And she took it already, and now she want to know how I did it. I didn't do anything. I just kept quiet. You have to let silence speak. You have to not let people devalue you. You have to, they need your services. Without your services, they can hire somebody else. However, your services is what they are seeking. There is a reason they are seeking it. But they don't want to respect what your service is. They don't want to respect you. They don't want to give you that same value you give. You need to position with silence. Silence means lack of availability. When I told her, when they call, don't stop picking. If you have another job, keep going there. Pick once a while. When they ask you, when they keep bombarding you with the shift, because they will. I know what goes on there. Tell them this, and tell them that I asked for this and you said that, but I am available for this, because if I come there, this and that, and yet I don't get anything to show for it, then there's no point. There's no point. I didn't chase them for the position they gave to me. I asked for a certain position. They offered me, the pay wasn't good, and I turned it down. And then they thought I would beg. I didn't beg, but I still kept going. Except I wasn't going to, the year was coming to an end. I wasn't going to be available this year for them. They chased me in finally. Oh, I didn't realize you were making this much before you transferred to this place. Well, I want you to leave this place and come. Do you want, I can give you the same position back and this and that. I took it because I don't want my pay rate to go lower than I was making. Not because I want the position. I'm not the person that wants titles. I am a person that wants to be able to afford a comfortable living. So if what you are offering me won't pay my bills, I'm not coming. If you see, my phone died. If I would have read it to you. When I turned down the position, she smiled and I smiled. She thought I would beg and she said, oh, that's the first time from one of their recruiters doing that, because I've been with the company for a while now. She said, do you have any questions for me? I said, no. The thing is, you said the position is given away already. I said, okay. So why are you still expecting a response from me? I turned it down. Then now you tell me it's not available. I said, okay. Then she smiled. Then I smiled. This is all in the text message. This is like 30 minutes from my interview. You get it? Learn to position yourself so people respect you. You don't demand respect. You don't force people to respect you. Understand and accept that it's not everybody that will like you. It's not everybody that will respect you. It's not everybody that will see you valuable. And it's okay. Just don't stay in those settings. Move yourself. You are valuable for yourself. If you are not valuable for anybody in this world, you are valuable to God and you are valuable to yourself. You get it? Letting silence means not available and you are nothing. Don't let silence means you are nothing. You are invalued. You are not anything. No. Silent means a whole lot than words. You see, speed silence. You see, it spoke more volume than Pella saying, I am a big streamer. I suffered because of you. What is the two teaching you? What is the two languages teaching you? So buy my book and learn the language of your chaos and the language of your peace. That is what these books are doing. These books will bring you back home to yourself. Healing from narcissistic love, reclaiming self after rejection, betrayal, all that abandonment you feel because you had a baby, your stomach get fat. Look, I will do tummy tuck at some point. I've said that this always because I like dresses and I want to dress and look certain way, right? So if you see me do a tummy tuck one day in the future, when I finally get the money, don't be surprised. But I'm not doing it because I lack self-confidence. I just want to be able to wear the clothes I want to wear. I want to stop having this pain in my shoulder from the brazier that I always have to hold it up to lift the things up, the girls up. I want to feel comfortable. I'm not doing it because people don't like how my stomach look. It's two different things. And I'm not doing BBL to bring any blood clots and whatever. Protect yourself and protect yourself the right way. Mental health is important as much as your somatic health is important. I love you guys, and I hope you consider getting one of my books, and I will talk to you in the near future, sometime later today. All right? If I don't come here, of course, I'll come and announce. I'll go to YouTube. All right? I love you guys, and have a wonderful, I think today is what? Today is the 22nd, right? Today is Thursday. Thursday, January 22nd. Let me tell you, 2026 is going so fast. So this is why you need to sit up now. Don't let anybody spoil your 2026. Your mood, your happiness, your peace need to be safeguarded with my book, Healing from Narcissistic Love, Reclaiming Self. Your children's identity matters. Your identity matters. Get the book and rebuild it. I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye. And thank you all for coming.